What's going on, everybody? Fellow the Rings here, and in this quick video, there won't be a whole lot of editing in this video. I want to get this out as quick as possible so everybody can see. We don't know if that is going to be, the devs are going to be, patching this so it doesn't appear anymore. But before it does, let's dive in. If you've been following along on my Discord, the conversation started when I saw this image up here in the art creator section on the official Discord, right? From time to time, Anubis will post, a random photo. And the last two times I saw it, I posted in my own Discord and asked people what they thought. Could this be the new commander coming out? But this, on the 30th, so just, 4 days ago of this recording, this image here was posted. And like I said, I did a post on my Discord, with my community, with you guys, talking about, could this be the new commander coming out, right? Or is it right here? Okay. Can this be the long-awaited evil commander? This was posted about Anubis, and then obviously the whole conversation started. Azog. So in my mind, it could be two things. Could be hinted at Azog, which would be cool, but not really something I was looking for, because the Balrog was a commander that was really being, talked about. But, it could be the fire in the back, could have been a little, kind of the white war here could be just to throw us off. Maybe the Balrog and the fire is in there, or it could be Azog, right? One of the two. You can see you got Porky made some comments over here. If you guys don't know who these people are, join the Discord. The link is in the description. Awesome people there. So Grief, Thanatos, Rundor, even Rain Wizard came and talked about it. So Jax. So kind of conversation goes back and forth. People are like, probably not. Anubis really just posts random art stuff. And I was like, okay, all right. Where was it? Yeah. But and somebody posted this from him, which was also yeah, but this is just what can be found in the gloomy forest of Mirkwood, okay? We've been waiting for a commander, and we don't have any information yet, right? That was until yesterday morning. Shout out to Dixon, Lord Duck. All right, he posted these images out of nowhere, okay, on the Discord. I'm like, what? Okay. Then Two Steps reached out to me and saying, hey, did you see this? I'm like, no, what are you talking about? What did I see? What? Then obviously I came to check it out, and I was like, what? Azog? Look at the name up here. And, and then Ombar reached out asking, is this legit? I was like, I don't know, I'm I'm at work. I have no idea what this is. But then I took some time, went on a little break, looked at all these images, and I found out where you can find it. So let's have a quick look at the possible new commander. Is it gonna be him? Don't know. Could it be a fake leak from NetEase that hasn't been patched yet? I have no idea. Personally, I don't think it's a fake patch. I think it's something that they accidentally let in. Kind of weird, but I'll show you guys where you can find it if you want to have a look. And unluckily, if you're not in Bag End, you don't get to see this. So let's pop up the news right here. Here we go. So if you're in Bag End, okay, you can come here to your commanders and you just scroll all the way down. The music and the noises I usually play without any sound, so a game sound. So hearing the music and stuff brings so many good memories. Mostly from 1.0, but it is what it is. So if you just kind of go click around, you can. See, I found them here on the Celeborn avatar, but I also found it in the King of the Dead. Oh, never mind. It keeps switching. It seems. I found it in the King of the Dead avatar, just barely. But yes. Okay, so Azog. Azog was an orc chieftain of Moria, where he killed the dwarf king Thror and insulted his companion Nar, thus leading to the war of the dwarves and orcs. It's missing the design, the look. Obviously they're gonna look very cool. They do a fairly good job of making nice looking, characters. So don't have to worry about that. He's a mythic, so the original the T3 commander that we know. According to this chart, though, he is not gonna be a damage dealer. He's not gonna be a support, like as in survival, like White Council and stuff. He's gonna be a leader and CC crowd control limitation. As you can see, you're gonna see here later, this makes sense because the placeholder for him in the map is also Gandalf the White, and definitely the name of, oh, that's okay. So that's the name of the respect item, possibly. Warg Fangs. Okay, so definitely that's here. 3. And again, guys, I'm basically looking at this, you know, with you first time. I kind of had a glance, didn't really take a whole lot of time to look into this, as since it's, you know, it's not out. We can all speculate, but that's pretty much all we can do. So damage wise, I remember HJW, I think he did a video a few hours ago, and I agree with him. The damage is pretty high for a non-damage dealer. I would have personally preferred him to be a damage dealer. Azog, I think it would make sense for him to be a leader and damage dealer, or maybe limitation and damage dealer. That would sound so nice, right? Because we have leaders in troop damage in a way, like Thorin does a bit of troop stuff, survivability mostly, and some damage. And so something more in the lines of limitation, crowd control with damage. Oh, that would be so good. Okay, so but damage still pretty high. HP. I'm not gonna try to even benchmark this, but look at the command. Yeah, definitely a troop. Definitely. If that's the, you know, the number here, that's the base number, and that's the final number, that is very high. 165. I don't know. Without being Zenith, I don't know if there's any commanders that get this close here. We'll have a look in a little bit. But let's look at the skills. So we got 4 skills at R0. Head Reaper Brute and Brutalizer. Let's look at the top one. It's a damage limitation. The next, 1 instance of damage dealt by 2 ally formation units plus 35%. This damage increase effect is modified by command. In addition, this instance of damage dealt causes the target's defense -5 to the end of the battle, and it can stack. Okay. I mean, this is definitely a very, very strong skill. Look, guys, I'm not going to give my opinion related to the meta, you know, like the balancing stuff. I'm just looking at the skill. Let's say everything was balanced. Really looking at the skills and see how useful it looks on paper. This looks really good. Okay. So the reason why I believe this is good is I've been hit. I use Gandalf the White, and I've been hit by Danes and Bjorns who have Warcry. And although I still have the mitigation from both Falcon's R5 and Gandalf the White on my, my backline, they still take quite a bit of damage when you get stuff like Dane's Relic all the way upgraded and Warcry. That's an increase of, by round 3, 9% at least. And then another 25% on top of White Rider from the other Gandalf the White. So that is pretty powerful. Now, I know this is related to unit formation, right? And then the balance is really crap for units right now. But this looks interesting, definitely. But you guys will see there are some other interesting skills. So Brutalizer, attack and defense of 3 ally formations plus 32. That's pretty high. It does decrease by 1/3 every round. And this stat is increased, modified by initiative. See, we don't know how we don't know yet, right? It hasn't even released for people to test. But we don't know how it modifies. Imagine if this modifies by 100%. Up to 100% of the next instance of damage. Could be good. Although we all know Gil has a skill like this, and it doesn't really do a whole lot. Unless it's bugged with Swanites, right? Other than that, let's see here. We got, so at level 10 of Brutalizer, if the commander's formation is comprised of Orcs, Urukai, Troll, Evilmen, or Beasts, units effect decreases by 1/4 each round. Okay, so gets an extra round of buff if that's the case. I mean, by a third, right? All the way to the end, right? Now, see, this is, I already have an issue with this, not with the skill itself, but the game is pushing heavily for NRP. And yet we have a lot of commanders that are very, very, very niche. And for example, give you a very good example. I like to run Frodo and Sam in my B team or my C team. And the issue that I have getting his relic is that the skill at the bottom only procs if people are running orcs. NRP, nobody runs orcs unless you're specifically running a niche commander. In this case, it's not so niche because you got 5 different races that you can choose from. But still, you know, most people are gonna be running guardians in NRP on this guy anyway. So I'm not too fond on the skills that limit you this much. You know, especially if the unit that you're using is not as useful as some other ones. So Hand of Evil is the R3, has a 30% chance to inflict stun on 2 enemy formations for 1 round. In addition, damage received by targets affected by stun or madness plus 30%. That is pretty good. So this combined with this, you know, hitting the right targets, sounds interesting. At level 5, in addition, damage received by, 30% can stack. And look, at level 10, 45% chance to stun. All right, not too bad. And R5, the R5 is the one that seems interesting. For the first 4 rounds, after 3 formation of allied orcs, urukai, troll, evil men, or beasts, units launch normal attacks, gains follow-up damage, which, if you guys are, you know, old OGs, this just means follow-up. Has a 50% chance to deal an additional 110% damage. Increases the chance of dealing follow-up damage to 75%, which is pretty nice. And at level 10, has a 50% chance of gaining madness or stun immunity during the effective period. Seems very interesting. What do you guys think? What do you guys think of these skills? You guys like it? Currently, looks like it's going to be a troop commander, an offensive, not a defensive, an offensive troop buffing commander. The skills all sound interesting, you know. Just not sure how I feel, you know. You got some crowd control, you know. You have some, damage boost, attack boost. This is the least that I like because we all know the troop. You know, we got gear to get our troops to 180, 240 attack already. Not really sure about this one, but this is interesting. Okay, this is interesting. 45%. My issue is for a tier 3, 45% sounds a bit low. Especially when you got likes of Sauron that has 3 crowd control skills. They're all, one is 35, the other 2 are 50. So again, I mean, I was looking at some of the comments about this commander, and let me see here. We have in my Seneca Wizards group, and I shared a couple of ideas, possibilities for him. He said, let's bring this up on the screen. So he said, I think Azog might be free to play friendly and just a new version of the now dead mounted build. Azog, all berserkers, and he kind of goes over the skills, I guess. Everyone running sharp blade, cutlass. Oh, this is the formation he's talking about. Okay. Everyone running sharp blade, cutlass, superior halberd, horseman, helmet, and drones of Moria. You'd have 2 plus 270 command, 7-ish urukai attack on everyone, 2 formations plus 15 attack. Interesting. He put Ugluk here. That's interesting. Uglik with plus 25 Uruk attack and some stuns from Witch King. 75% dual blow first 2 rounds. 50% for unit attacks to do 100% 10 damage to hit rounds 1 through 4. Not going to be OP, but lets you run a T1 comm and a T2 comm. The wording on Azog's R5 makes me think it won't stack with Scowl's top 0 or with Sunan, which is a shame. I don't know why you would run Azog when there are just better options most players already probably have unlocked or at least partially built. This is a very good point, Amina. Shout out to Amanai. I don't know, guys. Last time we did, everybody in the game talked about the last commander that came out was Bard, and on paper everything looked so fine and so fresh. And when he came out, he was very underwhelming. Most people don't even run him. There are a couple of players that got him to Zenith 6, and they usually like, B team, maybe C team. So not really, impressive. Now, if you want to have a look, where he's going to be situated on the map is all the way here at the northern regions. You see this right here. That's the place. I said this earlier. The Gandalf the White placeholder is right here for him. So there you have it, guys. I'm hopeful that they're gonna work on things. Maybe they see that we know already who this is, so it's not really a surprise. Either they bring the Balrog instead, or they do make some changes to the commander. I'm not opposed to the skills. They look interesting. The R5 could be a huge White Council wipe. I mean, think about it, Let's go back here really quick. Let's find them again. Is it going to be in the same place again? Oh, here, there's 2 King of Dead's icons. Here we go. So this keeps changing, it seems. Now, his R5 looks very interesting. For the first 4 rounds, 3 formations. So they all get follow-up. Right? And so, I mean, well, the Witch King has the same thing, doesn't he? And so just an extra follow-up skill. Right. I'll be only 2 rounds. Okay. Okay. Only 2 rounds. All formations at level 10. 75% on these 4 races. Only first 2 rounds. It is 75%. So you can run him with Witch King and Shadow, and in round 1 have all of White Council wiped out. It's definitely an interesting concept. Don't know how it's gonna play out, in actual gameplay. Could be good. It could be good having double attack on Shadow, Witch King, and and Azog. What do you think of that? Dual blows from troops in 2 formations, and then dual blows from Shadow. Might be a bit overkill because you then might be lacking a bit of damage. But then again, if they're working to tweak and improve on troop commanders, that actually might be good. Now, the reason why I'm not totally scrapping the idea of running this guy. Of running our good friend here, Azog, is because I heard about a recent interview that it was a private company doing interviews related to Rise to War. And one of the things that I know they talked about was how the improvement to troop commanders, to troop comps. How long they take to implement any kind of improvement, I don't know. You guys know. We've been at this for 3 years now. We know how fast things get worked on, sadly. But there you have it. At least we know a commander's coming out. Is it going to be Azog for sure? We don't know. For one reason, I'm not sure if this is going to be the one coming out now. And that is because the last video that Jared did, you know, the community manager, and he talked about the new evil commander. He said the so promised and requested and awaited commander. This is not the one. That's not the one that was promised to us two years ago. And so I'm thinking that maybe they're working on this, but it's not necessarily gonna be him coming out next. All right, guys, it's gonna do it for me today. Let me know what you guys think. Leave all your comments below. What do you guys think? Is hopeful for his skills? Does it look like it could work? Who would you run him with if you're gonna run him? I know a couple players that probably will get him even if they're crap. Shout out to CLF and possibly Jax Kelly. He might be pulling some stuff on him. Okay, but let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and let's hope he's better than the last one. Peace out, everybody. See you in the next video.